Yo, what's up, guys? This is the first ever podcast of Felix, Grabmayr. I haven't named it yet.
You haven't named it?
I haven't named it. I was thinking about, I don't know, That Chill Podcast or something where you just, talk about shit.
I actually think that Chill Podcast is an actual podcast.
Oh.
Probably. Well, I don't know.
Well, we'll find out, but how are you doing today, man? How?
I'm doing pretty good.
Pretty good?
I haven't introduced myself. My name is Rex and Skeep, and we used to go to school together.
Yeah, we used to, but then you moved to fucking Singapore.
This is true. So we're going to be talking about a few life points, our questions. I'll start us off.
Okay.
Do we consider ourselves to be minimalists?
For me, I feel like I like the idea of minimalism, but I'm not a total minimalist. Because just look at this, I'm not like...
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I get what you mean. But let's go on the premise of what being a minimalist is.
Yeah.
So, from my understanding, and we're not looking up things as we go, but from my understanding, it's living with as little as possible what you need, bare minimal. Mm-hmm. Obviously it's minimalism, but it's not getting lavish paintings, etc. I do not consider myself a minimalist.
Why not?
At all. I tend to be very into getting different, I don't consider myself to be a very fashionable person, mm-hmm. but I enjoy, certain coats, certain, just items. For example, I'm wearing some kind of stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I like to look nice. Yeah. Or my idea of what looks nice.
Yeah. I feel like minimalism is just basically just eliminating the stuff that doesn't bring you value and only having stuff that does give you value. You know what I mean? What are some things in your life that, you feel brings the most value to you? Are you...
Actually, yeah. Well, I mean, obviously there's quite a bit of stuff in my life that I do value. Yeah. For example, a weird one that most people would just go, that's stupid, is my phone. Yeah. I value my phone. Yeah. It keeps me in contact with hundreds of people throughout the world as I actually do live internationally. Yeah. For example, we probably wouldn't have met mm-hmm. if we did not have electronics in our day. Yeah. Yeah.
So if you didn't have electronics, imagine if one day you were just cut off from electronics and you were just cut off from social media. How would that make you feel in a sense where but basically fuck
no I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. I've actually done this for about a week straight. It's definitely weird at first. Mm-hmm. I didn't tell anybody I was doing it, so a lot of people thought I was dead or in serious trouble. Wow. But yeah, I just didn't use my phone. Wow. And it was over the summer, so there was nothing to do. Mm-hmm. I actually found it pretty I felt pretty free. Mm-hmm. The first day I was kind of bored and didn't want to do anything. Mm-hmm. I actually think I took my SIM card out, so I couldn't use my phone anyway. But I ended up just going on a walk around the lake that I was at, and it was all nice and fun and whatever, but mm-hmm. I felt it was boring. That's what it was, because I wasn't appreciating where I was. Mm-hmm. Later that evening, I went on a kayaking trip around the lake. That was when I realized how much fun it was. Yeah. I got to watch the sunset. Yeah. Fucking beautiful. Yeah. I was in Canada, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. Then throughout the days, it got really, I would find things to do. For example, I would go fishing. Yeah. I would, at one point, I went off of the balcony to see how many pull-ups I could do. Mm-hmm. Not very many, and then I fell. But wow. I don't think that social media is too much of a problem, but you do have to control it within your life.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they abuse it in a way where it's not bad whatsoever. It's a really great tool.
Yeah, but, and entertainment. It's it's both.
Yeah, but when when you devote your whole life to like every 5 seconds you're just checking your phone, you're checking Instagram, Snapchat, it's like you know, at that point, like, what are you even doing? You know?
Yeah. I mean, fair enough, there's people talking to you, but it's like one of those I'm 12 and this is deep posts.
Yeah.
Oh, if you aren't familiar with that, it's something kind of stupid that is obvious, but like, for example, there's things about like just being on and off social media, and how people who are off social media are happier, and people who are on it aren't, and they're fake and all that. I find that bullshit. It is not true. There are plenty of people who don't use social media who are just fucked up in the head and can't cope, can't do this. And there are people who are on social media who are having legitimately great lives. Yeah. But there are also people who are having terrible lives on social media. And there's a bunch of people who are having great lives off of social media. Social media is definitely a factor, but not deciding which course you're going to be. You are the one who decides that for yourself.
Yeah, it's all about self-discipline, you know, because you have to understand what is too much and what is too little. You know, for example, I did a 24-hour detox challenge. I made a video about it.
Okay. Link in bio, by the way.
Yeah, link in bio. It really, like, I just got so fucking bored. I was like, whoa. Like, I wanted to smash my head against the wall. I was like, fuck. But then, you know, I woke up the next morning, I was like, you know, this isn't that bad. You know, it's, you know, we need to have a balance between the way we connect with the world with social media and without social media. You know what I mean? Like, you know, because there's ways to connect without either one. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
So, I'm just noticing that we got off of minimalism for a sec.
Yeah.
So I would say that we're not minimalists.
We're not.
We're not. Not at all. Like, I enjoy stupid things. Like, yeah, like, I'd say that there are definitely a lot of people who would consider themselves minimalists who aren't. And there's a lot of people who are minimalists who consider themselves not. But what the fuck? Who cares? We're not. But I think it would be interesting to try.
Yeah. Like, I definitely tried it before, but it just haven't stick because...
Yeah, because then stuff starts piling up, right?
Yeah. Because, like, you know, yeah, I'm gonna go... You might tell yourself, yeah, I'm gonna go a couple months being a minimalist, see how it goes, and then, for example... It's like a friend says, "Hey, you want to go to the mall?" Sure, and then you just blow like $100 at the mall, and you get fucking nice things, and then it's like, shit, man, and then you just fall into this habit, and it's like, how do you like, you know, stay grounded?
You get broke. That's what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next question. Is being more fit really worth it? So I actually recently lost a lot of weight, and I've really slimmed up.
Yeah.
I don't look that great, but it was worse. I would say it does. I say that showing your body that you can change and that you can be a stronger individual physically just improves your morale so much. Yeah. Like, I can say that if I was sitting at home and just not thinking about things, well, not thinking, but not doing things, I'd be much worse than I am today. Yeah. Yeah. I don't feel like... A lot of people, like, say that working out is just whatever, who cares? Working out is something that I think everyone should do in some way, shape, or form. You don't have to start going to the gym and pumping as much weight as you can. Just go on a walk every once in a while. Yeah. Like, that's getting exercise. You may not be, like, 100% fit. You may not be 100% healthy, but you're clearing your head and you're getting your body moving and functioning the way it should.
Fuck.
Computer almost went to sleep.
Yeah, and so,
what about you?
I don't exercise as much as you do because I feel like I'm pretty content with my body if I just like watch what I eat and everything. Mm-hmm. And I go on like daily walks. I walk like 3 or 4 miles, and then that because that's easy,
Yeah, that is easy.
You don't want to fucking decide, hey, I'm gonna go to the gym and then fucking pump like 400 pounds. Like you don't want.
Oh my god! You're just gonna pump 4. Okay.
you want to ease into it. Definitely.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being fit is worth it.
Yeah.
It's something that you should really consider if you aren't doing it, and something you should definitely keep up if you are doing it. Yeah. It definitely helps to. I'm gonna go into relationships with this. Okay. It definitely helps relationships, be it friends, actual relationships, parents. Yeah. It shows that you can dedicate and commit to something other than just like. I can't think of like 100 in a really good example, but for example, I think we both play video games every once in a while. Yeah. It shows that we can commit to something other than sitting in our room and playing a game or two.
Yeah. And I think that being fit, not being fit. Imagine if you're just on the track of just gaining weight every single day. It's so hard to just get out of that.
Yes, it's impossible. It's really a struggle. Yeah. And I don't think that if I wasn't a teenager now, my hormones wouldn't let me live the lifestyle I am now. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, right now, I think I downed like 2 or 3 Red Bulls or something. But yeah, it's something that I need to in the future watch out. And as I go on through life, I'm working on watching my diet, watching my exercise, and just like making myself be a more healthy individual. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's good you're starting early, because if you don't have those habits early on, it's just not gonna stick.
It's not. Man. It's not. It really isn't. That's yeah. Okay, I'm gonna move us on. Are the people who we surround ourselves with changing our future?
I would think so.
I would say yes. I'd say that no matter who you hang out with or how long you hang out with, they will change your future. Mm-hmm. They will change who you are, be it for the better or for the worse. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of toxic people that I know, and I love some of them. Like, they're like, I mean, obviously I'm not like gonna like marry them or something, but there are people that I hang out with and I enjoy talking to and being around. Yeah. I'm not one to say no to parties. Mm-hmm. So I actually tend to do that kind of stuff a little too often than I should. Mm-hmm. And it's because of the people I hang out with. Yeah. They're a lot more party-based. Mm-hmm. And I enjoy that. Mm-hmm. But I can see that people around me whose future is going to be diminished. Like, for example, there's one kid in my friend group in Singapore who's not on a good road. Mm-hmm. He's not doing well in school. He's just kind of coasting and doing what he wants. Yeah. And my group is really worried about him, and we're like trying to get him to perk up and do what he wants, to not do that kind of stuff, to focus in school. And he just lacks motivation. And because of that, I think that if I hung out with him just alone, my life would be changed by that. Yeah. But I have a bunch of other people that I hang out with that have changed my future to be one that is one of growth and of experience. Yeah.
Because, like, once you have, like, a friend group that thinks a certain way and you enter that friend group, you're going to automatically just start thinking that way and go down that path. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it's really hard to just keep an open mind and stick to what's true to you and what you really want. Because think about it, like, you might be, let's say if you're a good kid, and then I don't know, you
get in with the quote unquote bad kids.
Yeah. And they're gonna implement peer pressure, just the, the factor of like,
yeah,
oh, why not do it, and it's like, and then you see them 10 years down the road, they're fucking unemployed, or they have some kind of fucked up disease or some shit. It's crazy.
It is. And yeah, it's not worth risking your life to have fun in the moment.
Yeah, because
I'm guilty of it. And I'm guilty of it. It's something that I briefly enjoy. And I haven't been doing it long enough to suffer any serious side effects. And I'm lucky my metabolism is what it is. Yeah. Because I don't get affected by that kind of stuff that fast. Or, that much. But I feel like if I did, my life would be in a downhill spiral really fast. Yeah. And I've actually had a few conversations with people about this kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm planning on really focusing my health and my well-being. Yeah. Especially towards college. I don't want to be known as that kid who's stoned in class. That's just doesn't sound like something that appeals to me.
And it's like, it's okay to like get stoned, but you don't want to.
You don't want that to be your title. You don't want that to be your reputation. And everything affects your reputation. I think this goes by the changing our future thing. Our reputation is who other people think we are. It's what other people think we are. It's not the way we think about ourselves. It's not what we present. It's the filter that everyone sees us through. Yeah. Like, for example, if you're known as a well-rounded person who's very clear in the head, and you end up, like, taking hardcore drugs or something like that, people will either be freaked out by this because you're known as a well-rounded person, or they will follow you because they'll think it's okay.
It's like, it's kind of like, the fucking, Elon Musk smoking weed on that one podcast. Do you know about it?
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. I mean, I think it kind of mellowed out now, but like, fucking sync it back up. Anyway, so we were talking about, how
like the Pauls. Yeah. That whole thing.
I feel like, the Pauls, they're just them. There's from when they were born to now, they're just assholes. And we knew that. We knew something was going to we, like, subconsciously, we knew that Logan Paul was going to go to Japan, fucking Suicide Forest. Like, it's just bound to happen. It's, there's always going to be something to ruin someone else's career. You know what I mean? Like, there's probably going to be something that ruins my career. There's probably going to be something that ruins your career. But it's just gotta do it, man. Like, and
I don't know what you're getting at.
No, but think about it. Logan Paul redeemed himself. No one really hates him anymore.
But how did he redeem himself?
Apology video.
He did not redeem himself whatsoever.
Okay, yeah, but he didn't redeem himself in the apology video. But he started making himself not look as much of an asshole. And then because I used to hate him, but now I don't hate him as much,
Now I just don't care. Like, if I see something about him, I just keep scrolling. Yeah. I don't want to know.
Yeah, you don't give a shit.
Yeah. It's the same thing with Kardashians and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So that was the whole social media detox. So I think I've changed my mind about the whole news thing. I'd say I want to know about that kind of stuff, but not the other stuff, the celebrity stuff. I wish that wasn't reported on. Like, I get the whole actors are cool and all that, and like, ooh, fanboy over this, over that. I understand that, and I've definitely done that a few times, but I don't want to hear about it. Not anymore, at least. So I'm going to move on to the last question for our podcast here. Do we think social media makes us empty? So we were actually kind of talking about this, but
it really depends how you use it, honestly.
Yeah, it's very like it's very subjective to the person.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a way for you to choose your outcome through social media. Like, I think there's a way to influence how social media affects you, but there's always going to be factors of just who's talking to you, what's happening in the world, etc. I don't think social media makes you empty. I think you make yourself empty. I think the way you use social media can affect you to the point where you aren't you anymore. And I'm not saying you aren't human, you aren't a good person, but you aren't you. There's definitely been points in my life where I've been just on social media. You feel fake.
Yeah.
Well, once you step back and look at yourself, it feels terrible. So you then there's a point where you either choose to like really just go out of your way to not be that, and you start posting or not posting stuff, or you continue being fake and you continue just being this falsehood, the thing that isn't you, which becomes you. And
and then,
it's toxic. I've met a few people who've just been like social media, just that's who they were. And
when I met some of those people too. It's like when you just talk to them, they just look at you with no emotion. There's like, okay, It's like,
I've actually had people whip out their phones while I was in a conversation with them, which I think is super disrespectful, especially if you're in like the middle. Like, for example, if I took out my phone right now, if you took out your phone, I'd be kind of like, there better be a fucking emergency. Yeah. I really try not to do that. In fact, when I'm hanging with friends, my phone stays in my pocket unless I'm taking pictures. And
I was listening to this one guy, I forgot what his name was, but he was basically saying, he's like an owner of like a company, and he was saying that when there are no phones allowed in conference rooms, like not at all.
They shouldn't be.
Because when you are waiting for a meeting to start, you should connect with the people around you. You know what I mean? Like, you should ask them like how they are doing, like, because that's how relationships start. You know, not through a fucking phone screen, through conversating. You get to know more people and you get to have more fulfilling relationships.
Yeah, that's another thing is speaking of phones and relationships, there's been a few like people that I've talked to, and it's been purely via phone and such, and you never get a sense of who they are. Never ever. Like, you can talk as much as you want and get to know someone, but you will never know them all the way. And that's why I don't think that's another thing. I hate like dating apps and such. I think they're stupid. Like, I understand like getting to know someone, and I understand like setting up something like to meet each other. That's fine. That's reasonable. I find that. So I don't hate the dating app. I hate the way that it's being used, because there will be people who purely just want to fuck around via pictures and such. And it just gets silly, because at what point is it enough for you? Is this who you want to be? Do you want to be known as this kind of person that never goes out of their house and just does that? I just find that disgusting, and I hate it so much.
If you can't find anybody, then that's fine, but that shouldn't be your whole life. You should try to go out there and interact with an actual human being.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, it's fucking crazy.
Like, I don't think you need a relationship to be a person I don't think you need a relationship, a sexual or romantic relationship with anyone to be...
I totally agree.
Yeah. But I believe friendships are like everything. Like, I don't think that I think that another thing, I don't think that any romantic relationship should be made unless a super strong friendship is made first.
Yeah.
But
like, yeah, and that's how my previous relationship was. Like, we were friends for like a year, and we were fucking like really close, and then we just started dating, and we were really connected, and yeah, that's how.
Yeah. My previous relationship was pretty similar. Yeah. It actually was pretty much a bullet train though, in that terms of friendship turned to relationship so fast.
I observed that.
It was about a week of us like knowing each other.
Yeah.
And then we started dating, and that went on for a good 5 months, and probably the best experience of my life. Yeah. First girlfriend, by the way.
Like real girlfriend.
Real girlfriend.
Wow.
Fuck off. But yeah, it's I wouldn't have replaced that experience for anything in my life. And we could probably do a whole nother podcast about our relationships and such. And yeah. So I actually think this was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it was fun. We recorded for half an hour.
Half an hour? That's a pretty good podcast.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So make sure to subscribe to Felix Grabmayr.
So subscribe to me. Do you want his Instagram? I don't know if you want me to plug your YouTube or anything.
Don't plug my YouTube.
Oh, don't.
My Instagram and Snapchat should just.
But yeah, on screen.
On screen somewhere. It's somewhere.
Just like on the wall over there. Just
actually, yes, code. It's on the wall.
Yeah, it's on the wall. So. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. There will be video form on my YouTube channel and probably audio form on SoundCloud. I don't know about iTunes. Like, I don't know how I would do that.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway, peace out, guys.
Peace out, guys.
Hell yeah.